Yep, that checks out, Megaman. Fine, Bloom Pig with the sub. We got past 40, but it doesn't count because 50 sucks. That's not a place you die at, but... I got 50 yesterday. Was 50 a bug or not holding long enough? I clicked too early, which I didn't know was possible, but it's possible, and I bit the bullet. So, if you remember yesterday, I was really tired and upset, but it might be more of the same. I'm not sure. I didn't really sleep much, but, like, if I do nothing, like, that'd be really boring. Something needs to happen, so we're gonna stream today. Hopefully, it's not as bad as I think it's going to be. Maybe it's a good day. I don't know how that would happen, but... Nice. I'm gonna play Sharp Raid Jam again very soon. My clever. I feel bad. Pingix, thank you for the sub. No, you're good. Appreciate you hopping in every now and again. Okay. Wake up, me. Let's go. Now we go. Now we go now. Now let's go. Hey, you guys want to see something cool? I was playing this level before I went live. Look at this start. I like how it like goes to black and then it's like it does that and then it does another one. It doesn't do any one of them, but they're cool. I don't know, I like that as like a concept, you know what I mean? Like the concept of like a thing looping over and over again or something. Well, okay. That was a little... Sure. What a bad site reader. Okay, easy level. I don't know when to do my, like, to do my 2 clicks here, I feel like. I just don't know when. How are you guys today? How was the last shift? I can't really tell. When I don't die to it, it's really easy. I'll put it that way. That was a good feeling to wake up, not late. Nice. That's got to be the fastest I've ever done that run, right? 5 minutes after starting the stream and I like just opened the level. Okay, this is... Oh, dude. I hate that I have to do this every time, but I can't. How do I get good at this UFO? I don't. That's what I do. Mission Zero is still a while away, guys. Nice. Yeah, honestly do that. I'm not even joking. Get every single nuance downloaded. Am I still sick? Not really sick anymore. Although I still got a lot of mucus in my throat, but it's like less annoying now. So there's got to be less of it. It still feels like there's just as much, and still cough up mucus and everything, but like, it's just less annoying, I guess, for some reason. So I guess I don't care. I think this is just baseline during spring, what I'm feeling right now. In terms of like allergy stuff. Yeah, I got kind of burned out of Strawberry Jam. Not that I mean, it's one of the best things ever. It's just, I prefer to do, like, longer Deathless stuff. As opposed to always having to learn new stuff. I think, so it kind of burned me out. And then I got really sick, and then that really wasn't, like, much of a anything anymore. After I got sick. For me, it's grass, not pollen. Pollen doesn't do nothing to me. I think it was sarcastic. Nice. No, I actually have a grass allergy. That's not a joke. Wish it was. Really do. I know even me saying that sounds sarcastic, but it's really not. That was perfect. Do that every time, please. Yeah, I've been having an unfortunate time with the previous memes in human history. First, you had Only in Ohio, which was, for the record, one of the worst memes of all time. And also, that's where I was born, and I was not born there, that's a lie, but I was raised there. I hate memes that are just an excuse for people to not have to think about a joke. That's the problem I actually have with it. Like, it's just a cop-out. I don't know. It's just, dude, my like, I literally, every single time I go on YouTube now, it shows me the Shorts tab, even though every single time I click, I don't want to see it. It still shows up. And there's always some dumbass video with like 84 million views that's like, only kids from 2010 will remember this. Like, are you kidding me? 2010? I was 8 in 20, like, I was already... I don't know. Like, it really shows who the Shorts market is for, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we had the Ohio meme, which was unfortunate for me, because every time I would want to talk about it, we'd be like, oh, bruh. And then you'd have the touch grass one, which was also inconvenient for me, because I am unironically allergic to grass, and then it was a whole thing. And then every time I would bring it up, someone would be like, so you can't touch grass, though? And I was just like... I don't like the internet. I just remembered a really funny video I saw earlier. And it made me laugh again. If you go to my Twitter, likes is in there somewhere. You'll know when you see it, trust me. It's a really funny video. I can't do this part. I'm just hitting that early. Dude, I don't know what my problem was with like the AI presidential videos, but I wouldn't even laugh at them. I just watched them. Like I just feel like, what are they gonna say in this one? Like I don't know. I don't know what the hell. It was like a story. My grass allergy is like the worst it, like it's really the worst it goes. When the AI stuff was going around, I think the funniest one was the beach that makes you old. That was a really funny one. That's like one of the only ones I just like genuinely laughed at. Like that was a funny one. Beach that makes you old. I think the word old is just funny to me. Is the problem. You're right. I can't believe Victims of Contingency is what we're actually going with. I was so excited. I've wanted to make a layout to Victims of Contingency since like time began. So I can't believe the opportunity. It's always like, it's just one of those things. It's like the opportunity will present itself to you. It's gonna be fire. I can't do this UFO. No one even cares. It's because my mouse position is wrong. That's the problem. Oh my god, someone knows. The Victims of Contingency knower. No, my mouse doesn't go by my monitor anymore. I had to stop doing that when I went to college, and then I just stopped doing it ever since. It's not that bad if you like actually focus on it for 2 seconds. Cool. You gotta think about every single click. My plans are at the moment unknown as to what I'm gonna do. The Limbo song is good. It's just good. Like, that's not even like a GD related. It's just good. I don't think whether or not a song is or isn't a GD validates it in any way. I think it's just a good song. There's noises in it that create fun things in my head, so I like it. Whether or not I like any sort of electronic song, it's just like, if I think about the notes, does it make fun things? April 26, 2040. Nice. I hope that's true. I don't hate songs that are overly happy. I don't like those songs, but like, there's songs like Yell that I really like. Oh yeah, Delta Npesta song is awesome. So it's a classic right there for the Delta. There's a screenshot of Dracosa saying Epilogue sounds like it could be in a Nintendo game, and we harass him with that screenshot like once a month at like random times. All of a sudden it just gets brought up. Why, you know. That reminds me of the funniest Dracosa screenshot, and maybe one of the best screenshots of all time, but I can't talk about that one. Why, you know what I'm talking about? Zurich knows. It's the I can't believe how funny that screenshot is. It's still. I think I laughed for like maybe 5 minutes straight when I first saw it. I can't say that one. I was talking about the one I was talking about before that is the one where Dracosa says Epilogue sounds like a Nintendo song. Maya. By the way, the reason this is happening is I did the last part so fast that I just didn't actually warm up. So then this part is taking a while. That's why it's taking a long time. If you're curious. Every time I think I can't think about it because every single individual aspect of it's such a small screenshot. How did it do so much with so little? It's like, I'll stop talking about this. I swear, I can't with that screenshot. Come on, you've all had this happen to you before. It's just like this one thing, like an ancient thing you just like randomly remember. Dude, speaking of random remembering stuff, do you guys ever just remember a song you haven't heard in like 6 years? Just every single note of it just like appears. I had that happen to me like a million times last night. Where it was just like all of a sudden just completely unprovoked, the entire song started playing. I was like, what? This? What are you cooking, brain? Why this one? Damn, no hole. The hardest I have ever laughed in my life, and maybe will ever laugh, my parents literally had to tell me to stop, even though I was a floor below them, was there was one time I was hanging out with Eli, and his phone auto-generated a random video out of like random screenshots and photos he's taken with like a random song attached to it, and it was like it was just like his phone just randomly messaged him like, you have a new movie ready, and it made a random compilation of everything in his phone on some random song, and it was like the funniest possible combination of images that the world has ever seen, and it was completely unprovoked, and that is the hardest I've ever laughed. Probably ever, and maybe will ever. Like that. I remember because my parents really had to come down to tell me to stop because I was like laughing so hard, and I was trying. I was like the one. I was like, I just couldn't. I literally like my mom was like, you can't laugh. I was holding it in with everything that I could because every single. It's one of those things where like you try to think about something else, but it just finds its way back, and so you can't stop thinking about it, and then you laugh again, and you can't stop it. I do not have the video. Well, I probably do somewhere, but I'm not looking for it right now. Especially because it was like, the images that were being chosen were like referencing previous jokes that we had before, just completely randomly. Like, I mean, there was one time, me and him were like, calling at like 3 a.m. or something, I was in bed, and it was like, he was doing some like philosophy assignment, and there was this guy or whatever that we were making fun of, and like his face randomly appeared in the auto-generated video. It was like perfectly, the video was like perfectly curated to get me to laugh as hard as possible, I think. Actually, okay, either that, or there was this one stand-up routine I watched in which there was a complicated story being told about someone that put syrup in a waffle machine and it blew and it like exploded, and like the entirety, like, it was unfortunate because the story was told when I was eating dinner, and I think it was Nate Bargatze, for anyone interested in checking out what I'm talking about. He's a really funny guy, and the comedy routine was hilarious, but yeah, the story was about waking up early in a hotel, and there was this giant line of people, and the guy right before him decided to put syrup in the waffle machine. You know those things you put the batter in and you press it down and it makes a waffle? Well, he literally just put syrup in the waffle machine, and it like exploded and caught on fire and just completely broke for everyone in the line. And the way he told that story was so funny that I almost choked on my food and died right then and there. Like, that almost took me out of this world. He thought it was better, but he did it so confidently that, oh, it was so funny. I lost so much. Like, I was fighting. It's been a long time since I've laughed like really hard. You know what I mean? Like one of those. I feel like when you get older, it's where. This is so funny, that story. Good stuff. Yeah, I wish I did too. Every time you do a laugh like that, you're just happy you're alive. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Like, goddamn, I'm glad I got to experience that. Damn you. Whatever. Yeah, there's just nothing funny enough to make it to that level. The Hbox pizza clip was really high up there though, in terms of hard to stop laughed at a clip. That's so awesome. That was the most random stuff like that. My brain is like giving me a montage of all the funniest stuff I've ever laughed at right now as a result of what I've been talking about. Damn, it's been a long time since that happened. For real, it's turn. Thank you for the 100 bits. When do you think I'll beat this? Well, I don't know. That's always been a weird question to me. Like, even without, like, that much game knowledge, it should be known that... I don't know, whenever it wants to. I don't want to make you feel like an idiot. I just don't know how to answer that. Like, I just don't know how to answer that. You know? It feels like an unanswerable question. Like, it's not a good response. Yeah, I stand with you on that one. CD music. Or is it my throat mucus? Sorry. I know I've sounded kind of weird the past few streams. It's because of that. Like, I can try to clear it, but it's like, it feels like a pointless endeavor. I do apologize, though. Space UK is the GOAT. The movie, thank you for the sub. Because they're making it so you have to have a blue check mark to do polls now, I think. That's his next move. Dude, watching Elon try to get people to pay for Twitter Blue is like trying to watch like Dr. Doofenshmirtz take over the tri-state area. Like, it's just not gonna work. None of your plans are any good. Well, we love Dr. Doofenshmirtz. We do not love Elon Musk, but we love Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I've seen that video. Here for the 140 bits for you this term. Yeah, why did he make... He made it identical again. Like, dude, imagine being the people, like, who actually have to, like, make all the code, getting told that the thing that caused them to lose billions of dollars, they're told to do it again, but in a different way. Like, what do you do at that point? They've got to all be, like, drug addicts. They can't confront this, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way at this point. Like, what do you do? This is brutal. Nice. Also, that death is the worst one ever, because it feels easily preventable, but it's not all the time. I'm gonna start using 360 after beat Zodiac. I was native 240 until then. Jack Snack, thank you for the sub. Yeah, when Elon first talked about buying Twitter, I was like, that's not gonna happen. And then it actually happened, and I was like, okay, but nothing's actually gonna change. And then things started changing, and I was like, oh. And not in like the funny, goofy way. And then the site will get destroyed over time way. Like, I was just hoping you would make changes that were, like, universally considered bad, but they didn't actually impact the website. We could just all laugh at him. Which, I mean, everyone is laughing at him, but it also is hurting the website, so. Yeah, literally, it just feels like Elon was like, you guys ever, like, gotten really upset about something and, like, made a point, and you have that feeling in your gut, like, oh, I shouldn't have made that point, like, that was really immature of me, but then you just start, like, doubling down because your brain doesn't know what else to do, and it's, like, that weird feeling. It's like he's just been doing that for months. I'm also surprised about that. Yeah, because who's gonna make him accept that he's wrong? He's like a multi-gajillionaire. Well, yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. And now that he's, like, dude, his PR team did such a good job of, like, making him seem like some genius billionaire guy, but then he got his own control, and it was over. They tried so hard. Honestly, like, a lot, I'm just really shocked that they managed to paint him in that light before all of this happened. Like, that must have been so hard. Can you imagine? Like, that's genuinely impressive. Elon Musk is just like a content creator that doesn't realize that his words have consequences, except 20 million times bigger. Speaking of content creation, why are we making the most dumbass people big, dude? Have you guys heard about Aiden Ross before? I just learned about him the other day. What the hell? How does someone like that get into that position, dude? Who is doing this? Like, literally who? So embarrassing. That many people that live on this earth would make a guy like that popular, bro. Well, I heard Sneeko was a different story. Like, he used to be someone that wasn't crazy and then just went crazy. I had to block Elon. It was the only way. I don't like blocking actual people. Ever. But literally every tweet that he liked or replied to even was on my, like, my feed. And it was all, like, conservative BS that I did not want to see. So eventually I was like, well, this is being ended. Maybe if you don't want to get blocked, don't edit the algorithm so that everything you do, everyone sees. I could have muted him. That does not work, as we just discussed. I tried that before I tried blocking him. Because what would happen before then would be, you would get a tweet on your timeline and be like, what the hell? Why is this on my timeline? And then you look and you click on the replies and it'd be, you have muted this account in the replies. Let's change the subject. Why? Why? Tell me why. That always pisses me off. I'm pretty open to stuff like that, but when people don't like what I'm talking about, they're just like, change the subject. I'm like, no, stop. Like, it's just like, I hate the notion that if you don't want to hear someone talk about, like, if you don't want to hear me talk about something, you can either stick to it, you can leave. You don't ask the person to change what they're talking about. That always, like, pissed me off, I guess. But yeah, that Eden Ross guy, dude. Oh my god. He literally said, I got really upset the other day because he was like, I watched a clip where he was literally like encouraging the death of trans people. Like, he literally said that. I was just like, oh my god. Like, I didn't know it was that severe. Like, I didn't. And then he made another post like, I'm quitting content creation because of how negative the space is. How do people that emotionally immature get into those positions? I'll never understand. Yeah, messed up. Like, messed up stuff. I was just so taken aback. Damn. Not bad. Let me try to... Let's do this run again. I kind of did it really fast anyway, so... Yeah, that's a very solid run. Nothing to scoff at all. I got really mad also. I'm getting too mad lately. If I keep starting sentences with that, I should practice using the internet less probably. But it's hard when you're really tired. You can't really do anything else. But just like I got really upset because there was people in my replies telling me that I banned them unfairly because they were talking about stuff that I just didn't agree with at all. Stuff like, a lot of people will say they're not being transphobic because they're just saying like stuff that is clearly transphobic, but they're like, well, I don't want them to die, so it's not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. And there's people talking about, like, I banned them for talking about that sort of thing. And it just kind of made me sad, I guess. No, you never had cancer. You just tried to get out of jail that way. I think. I think it all just boils down to, I don't respect people that think that they know what's best for other people. Like, a lot of them are like, they have a mental disability, which I guess, but I mean, like, what do we classify that as? It's kind of like how autism is, but it's just my brain being wired different. Like, I guess, yeah, but it's like, there's treatment for it. Okay, there's not treatment for autism, but there's treatment for, you know, gender dysphoria. And just the ego to think you know what it's like without experiencing it yourself is sickening. It's sickening. I'm just so tired of people pretending like they know what it's like for other people. How could you possibly know that? How could you possibly know what life is like for someone else? You don't. Why not just be respectful? Because we don't know everything. Homophobia level 2? Level 2? What do you mean? Wait, really? Was the message actually held for homophobia level 2? What? Are you real? Wait, did that actually happen? No way. Homophobia level 2. That's wild. Okay. Homophobia level 2. I want to see it. Yeah, hold on. Homophobia level 2. Yeah, literally. What even was it? Does it say? That's not even what? That's not even related to gay people at all. It's not even it's. Are you kidding me? I was expecting it to at least be related to. It's also, yeah, there's the word positive was used. That is a legendary screenshot right there. What? For real. Yeah, what if instead of hype train, there was like a banner on the top of the screen saying homophobia level and it was at 2, and that's like what the bar was at. Imagine never watching a stream before and you join and you see that on the top of the screen. But anyway, yeah, I just don't understand how people get popular that are... I guess there's just a lot of people that are racist and transphobic. It sucks. Because it seems anytime there's a space for them to go, they always flock there, and then the person blows up in popularity even though everyone hates them, and then they get banned. Like, that's a cycle that just continuously repeats. I don't think that it matters if they're baiting, to be honest. That's still baiting at the expense of those people. Guys, this wave is impossible right now. Like 100% chance I can't do this consistently wave right now. Nah! Wow, you can literally shoot the mucus in my throat when I did that. That's awesome. Yeah, Chewbacca ass noise. Yeah, literally. Damn. I hate mucus. I need to go to the bathroom. Hi. My observation is I look like me today. That's what I realized. I don't know why, but I looked in the mirror and I was like, yeah, that is me, isn't it? And that's the thought I had. I found myself, that's what they mean. Those hippies are dumb as hell, dude. Just find a mirror. I'd probably classify myself as a hippie by this point. This slow transformation. Once I started meditating regularly and my hair grew out, I was like, the stereotype is becoming me. The hippie, yeah. Indoor hippie. I mean, it's true that I might not spend that much time on the internet if I could go outside. If Zoe was not blue, what color should it be? Purple? It's gotta be a cool color. I'm glad you're having fun on my stream today. I'm surprised I'm having fun. I don't know why I'm not completely dead, considering the non-sleep I got last night. Last night was weird, man. You ever have one of those nights where it's like, it will never be tomorrow? Like, ever. Not even due to anything stressful happening the next day. It just won't ever be tomorrow ever again. You're just stuck there. Last night was a trip, dude. Let me sit y'all down and tell you about this one. So I went to bed at like 2:30. I was like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm totally gonna sleep all the way through the night. Oh my god, I'm so exhausted. Let's go to bed now. And then I did. And then I woke up. I had like a bunch of dreams that I don't remember anymore because what preceded was crazier, so it was overwritten. But I woke up and I was like, oh my god, it must be the daytime now, and the sun was not up yet. And I was like, really? Like, it was just so shocking to me because I was 100% certain that a whole night had just passed. And I looked at my phone, it was like 6:30. And I was like, there's no way that's all that happened. It was like, and so I was really sad. And I tried to go to bed and I couldn't, and I couldn't, and I couldn't, and I couldn't. I must have laid in bed for like 2 hours before anything finally happened. But what did happen made about 0 sense. But this run has to happen first, so. Okay, I'm just gonna play from the beginning. Did I feel well rested? Not really. I felt really exhaustingly tired, but I couldn't sleep. So I was lying in bed. I was like, well, if I focus on the fact that I can't sleep, it's not gonna work. Everyone knows that. That's like rule number 1. We've all been, you know, 8 on Christmas Eve. We all know if we focus on the fact that we're not sleeping, it's not gonna work. Dude, you had to earn Christmas back then, dude. You know what I mean? Like, just going to bed the night before, dude, that felt like it was worth the experience the next day. Back then, anyway, it was to me because it was so hard for me to sleep. Like, when I woke up, I was like, I deserve this. I deserve to get 1 million items now. Anyway, so I was lying in bed, waiting for literally anything to happen, and I kept thinking, you can't think about the fact that I'm asleep. You have to think about something else. So I was like, all right, let's think about, you know, the things I normally do in the day. And I was imagining things that I normally do, places I've been. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then at some point, a transition occurred that I don't remember what it was. Because at some point in there, I lost consciousness, but it was like the most vivid dream of all time. I did not realize I'd ever fallen asleep. I was still lying in bed thinking about ways to, like, pass the time. And eventually I was just like, I'm bored. I'm just gonna get on my computer. But not actually, because I was asleep, mind you. But in my head, I was not asleep. Like, nothing had changed. And so I was like, alright, let's get on my computer. And I played the whole ass bridge game. Like, an entire 15-minute bridge game. And then, so I did that, and it was pretty fun, and then it reset, and then I was like, I'm lying in bed, I don't know what to do, let's get up and take a walk. So then I got up, and went to the bathroom, I got some water, and then I went back to my bed, and then it reset again, and it kept resetting, and resetting, and resetting, and I didn't realize this was happening. It was like the most vivid, I don't know why this didn't wake me up, like, what I was doing. But I was out. I was not conscious, and it just kept resetting. And I was like, I played Mania, and then I played 7K, and I was really good at 7K in my dream. And then my brain made up a whole ass new rhythm game that doesn't even exist. It's like, hold on, I'm here, really? Sometimes I don't even. Okay. It was like, oh, you guys watch the new Simple Flip City, and you think of something or nothing. I made up a new rhythm game. You know, you guys know Clone Hero, right? It was like that, but there was 10 notes, all for the different fingers. But it wasn't like 10K. They were falling in specific patterns that like in the shape of like a keyboard, and then you'd have to like move your fingers. It was like typing if it was a rhythm game, and there was like all the different keys for the individual fingers, and you basically just be typing really fast to a song, and it was really awesome. And I was like really good at it in my head. It was like 26 key, and each finger had a different color, and it was like so cool. It was like, it was like, I was having a lot of fun with it. That game that my brain developed, and it just kept looping. And then eventually, I wanted to know what time it was, because I at that point I was like, kind of realizing this isn't normal. Like, this isn't what you would do. Like, why would it be looping over and over again? I'm dreaming, right? So I was like, let's check my phone for the time. It was 8:18 on my phone. I was like, is that really correct? And then it looped again, and then Matt was in my room, and he was like, I asked him, I was like, oh, Matt, what's up? Is it 8:18? Like, what time is it? And he was like, yeah, it's 8:18. I was like, okay, I guess it's 8:18. Why? But why would it be 8? Like, that didn't make any sense to me, because I remember when I was in bed longer than that before I lost consciousness, and then it kept looping, and then I was talking to Mitch, and I was talking to Eli, and I kept talking to all these people. I just kept looping and then having conversations with like random people that I know, and it just kept going. And I'd have more and more conversations, and then I kept playing more games, and I kept doing all these things, and it kept looping. And then on one of the occasions, I checked my computer clock, and it was 10:30, and I was like, wait, but Matt said it was 8:18 not too long ago. That can't be right. Something's wrong here. And I literally felt my subconscious shake its head back and forth, like telling me, don't worry about that. It was so weird. Like, I've never felt that in my life. Like, literally, like, my subconscious was literally shaking my head back and forth, like, don't pay attention to that right now. And but I was so curious. I was like, but I need to know what time it is. My brain was like, you don't need to, because, like, it knows I'll wake up. My brain was like, seriously, don't do that. I literally felt my head in real life move back and forth. And then I was like, uh-oh, I'm gonna wake up, aren't I? And then, and then when I realized that, I tried to open my eyes, but I was in sleep paralysis. I couldn't move or open my eyes at all, but I was gaining consciousness. I was like, oh no, I can't go back, can I? I've just locked myself. That was a one-way door right there. My brain tried to stop me, but it didn't listen to it. I should have just been like, I should have just ignored that and been like, alright, the time doesn't matter. But I was like, I need to know what time it is. Because in my brain, I've been doing that for so long, like it had to have been like 11 a.m. or something by now. It was not. When I finally gained consciousness, I was like, no, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I immediately recognized that I messed up big time right there. I was just like, I just had this, like, large feeling of just like, that sucks. Like, I checked my phone, it's like 9:30, and I'm like, no! Why didn't I just listen to my brain? I could have kept sleeping if I didn't want to know so bad. And it was like, and then I laid awake for another like hour, and then I fell back to sleep until like 11:40, and then I got out of bed, and I was just like, that night took 8 nights. Yeah, definitely. Like, if you do a repetitive motion, your dream will reflect that. I was kind of mad at myself there, because I could have kept sleeping. Also, yeah, I don't think my dreams are like actually as crazy as you guys think they are. I'm very, if you want to have dreams like mine, you probably already do. You're just not keeping good enough care of them. When you wake up, you have to write them down somewhere, or jot them down, or think about a lot of the common themes of them, or stuff like that. And then eventually, it'll become part of your brain. Like, you'll just remember a lot of this stuff. No, I did not stream my dream, except I did one time moderately recently, but I don't remember what. You saying that reignited neurons in my head that I have indeed streamed in a dream before, recently. Like, in the last 2 weeks. But I don't remember any other thing about it. But that did happen. Well, it only lasted like 45 minutes, so I could have kept going for a little while longer. But yeah, it's like if you go hiking for a whole day and then you close your eyes, you're gonna imagine yourself hiking again. If you go skiing, I'm sure anyone that's ever gone skiing can 100% relate to this. If you go skiing for a full day and you close your eyes, the night of, you will 100% be skiing in your head. Like, 100%. I felt the same with, like, water tubing when I did that. Any repetitive motion you're doing for the whole day, it's going to get in your brain. And especially anything involving you moving. Like, especially in a repetitive motion back and forth. Like, if you go on a swing set for a long time, you can, in your brain... I've been able to do that recently without having gone on a swing set. It's really interesting. It's also, my dreams might be crazier than a lot of people's, just because the way that my brain works is, like, I'm constantly having, like, multiple conversations with myself at all time. I think all of those just get, like, compressed into one thing when I dream, you know? Just all of the different thoughts and everything just make random nonsense. Pulled puss in Delta Raid. Nice dream, dude. Pulled puss in Delta Raid. And you're probably gonna dream like, oh yeah, those are the new ones, you know? Those are the new Pokemon. That is awesome. The returning Zero Cult dream was extremely off-putting, yeah. I blame the Benadryl. Benadryl always does that dumbass. I don't know, it just has darker themes whenever you dream, and Benadryl was involved. That's so funny, dude. Yeah, most of my dreams that I consider bad are a bit related to Benadryl, but sometimes I just can't sleep otherwise because of allergies. Benadryl is just bad. It's an evil substance. For some reason. I'm not gonna go through the cult dream thing again. I don't like that one. Oh yeah, Benadryl makes me very sleepy, yeah. Whenever the word sinister is said, my brain immediately, like, autofills with undertones after that. Like, whenever something is sinister, it's like sinister undertones of whatever you're describing. Like, that's what that word is. Well, yeah, because Benadryl is a really strong antihistamine, and antihistamines block receptors that can lead to, like, wakefulness and stuff. I don't know the exact thing, but, like, a lot of the receptors they block make you drowsy. Yeah. The Simpsons think of the sub. Why did Sinister come up today? Because someone was talking about how they were saying it. I have done that before, where I just, like, some random thing I just tell myself I'll remember forever, and then it happens. That's such a funny thing to do. I do that sometimes now. Like, the most random ass thing, I'll just be like, alright, let's try to get this one in the long term. No, yeah, that's a very human thing, I think. I haven't really heard of anyone else doing it, but it makes sense that we would. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of the things where I'm not surprised that everyone does it. And it's just not anything that people talk about very often. A lot of the stuff that we think is, like, unique, and we don't really, like, think anyone else gets it, everyone gets it a lot of the time. That's the cool thing. But sometimes we don't feel like anyone will get it, so we don't talk about it. They all have more in common than you might expect. Damn you. That's really bad. That's why I like sharing a lot of like random obscure thoughts I had, because I mean, even if 5 of them make sense to only me, one of them might land with like everyone, and then it's like this moment where we're like, oh, we all get that. That's cool. Npesta Citizens. It is, I mean, better than Blade of Justice. That's not really like a fair comparison, I think. They're just different levels. I always get a lot of joy whenever I say some obscure ass thought and like someone gets it. I'm just like, that's cool. You know, it's just like it's a nice moment of human connection. I don't think I'm the only human consciousness. No, I doubt that one. Like, I know it's a theory that everyone else doesn't exist and you're the only one that's real, but I don't think so. That wouldn't really make much sense.
I am not.
Yeah, I am not him. I mean, there's no way to it's one of those things you can't technically disprove, but it's like, no. I don't know. It's just one of those theories you just go, no, it's not true. That one's not a real one. There's no evidence. In fact, there's mountains of counter evidence that I could come up with, but you technically can't disprove it. Nice. Yeah, it doesn't really change anything. That is crazy. What the hell? Yeah, that's gotta be that yeah, Flo. Wow, oh my god, yeah. Jesus Christ. There's other pestas. We went out of the cube after the duel before the UFO. Oh yeah, that would make me really upset. That needs to not happen, because what? Like, why would I ever? Oh, did someone try to break and enter? I've had that happen a few times. I feel like it's something that I should be worried about, but I'm just not for some reason. Dude, really? What the hell? No way. The thing is, okay, the way I think about like breaking and entering and stuff like that, for the most part, is like no one's gonna come in to kill me, and anything they decide to take, it's rarely ever worth fighting back. But anything that they decide to take, I have home insurance for a reason. You know what I mean? If I didn't have insurance, maybe I'd be more terrified about it. But like, I don't think some guy would just come in to kill me. There's no point. There are cameras everywhere. You wouldn't do that. And I mean, I do what... Yeah, exactly. I'm not really well off. The only thing that's really worth anything, I mean, I guess there's a TV. I mean, I always lock the door behind me. And when I get home, that's really all I can do. I live on next to a pretty busy street also. There's cameras right outside for a different business. So, I don't know. It's just nothing I lose any sleep over, I guess. I also just kind of live in the, okay, if someone breaks in my house to wipe my computer hard drive, then it's a different story. I mean, you can have insurance all you want. That would be the actual bad one. If someone tries to break in, I'm not fighting back. I don't want to die. You know what I mean? Like, it's again, anything they would take that would be covered by insurance. It's just not worth it, ever. I don't have anything to prove, because if they're like, you know, if they're carrying and then you fight back and they decide that's the next course of action and they like blow your arm off, then what? You know. Can't replace that as easily. No. If there's something in my house with money, I'm gonna look with them. For real. Yeah, like what? Also, if they tried to steal my TV, good luck getting that down the stairs, man. That'd be, actually, I really want to see that happen. That'd be hilarious. Because the way my stairs work, it's like a narrow corridor and then like a turn like this. Like a 90-degree sharp turn. Good luck getting the TV down there, dude. There's no way that would work. Wait, the Mario movie's in 2 days? That's so hype, because that means a friend of ours is gonna fly in, I think. That's exciting. been a while since I've seen him. I'm excited to see Bowser, because that's gonna be awesome. And then I really don't know what else. There's a guy in her garden. Just call the cops. If he's looking like he's trying to do something, you know. The problem was never fixed, bitch. Unless you exist in my house, then we could do it. Yeah, it's not here yet. The weekend happened, if you remember. And you don't gotta be all whatever about it. How did the TV get there in the first place? It took a long time. Most of the objects that are up there took a grossly large amount of effort to get to where they are today. Okay, but consider this, I might fall asleep while we're playing. Because they're so boring. Need it out of that at the end there.
I do not speak Spanish.
Cars are scary, but having a driver's license changes everything. Trust me, it literally changes everything. Oh, good run. Let's go. How so? You just unlock a whole new world. I remember the first day I got my driver's license, and I drove past, like, what was it even that I drove past? It was like this pizza place that we normally go to. And I was like, damn, I kind of want pizza. It's a shame. And then I realized, like, oh, I could just go inside myself. And that was, like, the most, like, insane thought of all time. Being able to, like, go into businesses you want to get food from, and then you get food on your own volition is like, wow. Yeah, doggy, some people get their driver's license and they're just gone. That's it. Because there's so much freedom. You can just do whatever. Like, if I wanted to, I could just get my car and go to Seattle right now. Like, there's nothing stopping me. I could just be like, alright, getting on I-90, we're in Seattle, 3 days. There we are. The gas money's gotta be the problem. I don't know if I have... Maybe nowadays. It's not like $5 or anything insane. It's like $3, which isn't great, but it's not... It's just on I-90. I wonder how many miles it actually is. Let's check.
No, I'm just genuine. Do you guys ever do this? Sometimes I'll go on my phone, go to maps, and just look up like the most random places and be like, how far would this be? I don't know why I do that.
$2 per gallon. It's a fun activity.
Oh my god.
2.7 thousand miles.
What's that divided by? I'd have to refill my gas tank 9 times. Which would be like $500.
Okay. Actually, no, like more like $300. So I go to Seattle right now for $300. I could get a plane for that. Yeah, but I'm talking about like your own autonomy, you know what I mean? A plane's kind of like, it's just a flying bus, really. Dude, airports were my like favorite thing in the world before I like got tall. And then I got tall and they were much less fun because everything is made for people that are like 5'4" for some reason, and if you're taller than that. It's like the only place in the world being tall is a disadvantage. Is at like an airport and an airplane and everything. Dude, when I was a kid, I used to fantasize like staring out the window of my bus that it would just fly into the sky. Like, I wanted that so bad. Damn you. I use a G5 a 2X. I love this mouse, by the way. Definitely my favorite mouse I've ever used. It's just so good, man. Yeah. It's a G502, but it has an optical switch. So it's really responsive and there's no release delay issues. So it's fire. People will say that keyboards have less release delay than this still, but that's only because of actuation point. If that makes sense. The actual release delay itself of the mouse is like non-existent. Thanks, Kaz. Have fun. Do you remember back in like 2018, like I'd sneak on my phone to watch Novel Boy streams of Bloodlust in class? Because I did not want to miss it. You didn't miss a Novel Boy Bloodlust stream. You did not. You don't do that. Well, no one saw it live. It wasn't streamed live. Like, the verification was not live, which kind of sucks. I've always been a little sad about that. I would have loved to see that live. But it was like so important back then to like make it to a novel boy bloodlust. Like it was so important. Yeah. Oh my god, imagine if that was live. He would have lost it, dude. Like he did, he reacted obviously, but like imagine if he did that live, like a different story entirely. I did not. I haven't even seen Expert Heartside, so I have not seen that. I will return to Strawberry Jam soon. Yeah, I also watched Misha Bikuki. That was like the modern day Bloodlust, but only for like the niche people that knew about it. Because everyone was there. Everyone showed up to a Kyuki stream. And like the circles I was in. Yeah, it was like 30 days before he actually did it. It was when people started to like really start watching, and then it was just kind of part of our daily routine. Eventually, we would play Celeste, and then the Kyuki stream would be there 100% chance in the background while we played. Because it was just so consistent. It was every day around the same time. For like 3 hours. The chat was zero moderation world. I wish it would have modded like one of us. At least to like ban like Buff Bat and people like that. Because they were just running rampant. Because they finally found a space that no one banned them for being an asshole in. Like, Dimitri didn't care, though. He was not looking at chat. Nah! Thanks. Appreciate it. Any tips for improving your bridge rules? I think it just, once you learn the mechanics of what you need to do, you can start to put together the way I play bridge. Honestly, I'm not the best person to take advice from, because I'm really bad, actually, at a lot of it, to be honest with you. In terms of mechanics, like, the way people play bridge nowadays, I'm not very good at it. The way I play is I play bridge more like chess, and people play it more like Minecraft. If that makes sense at all. And you'll find that a lot with people that got good around my time. It was a different game back then. Back in like early mid 2021. It was just a different time because that was when people mained Hypixel. That's what it was. Hypixel's PvP is kind of it kind of does whatever it wants, as I think anyone who has ever played it will know. But that's what made it good, because you couldn't rely on PvP 100% to win whatever game you were playing. You had to come up with strategies, and it was still fair in a weird way. But then when the meta moved over to Bucky Tour, it became very much more reliant on PvP, and strategy didn't matter as much, because if you could beat someone in PvP all the time, you could win. That never really happened on Hypixel, so it changed the way that people approach the game. And now you have two very different kind of people who play on the new Scrim server. There's people like me, almost anyone that I play from the Hypixel era plays like how I play. Like people like Vital, I played recently, was very much like that. People like a Rarebro, and even like Rarebro was considered to be like a PvP main back in back when Hypixel was the big thing, but his playstyle is still extremely different from any of the the people you would see nowadays that are mostly played Bucky Tour. So that's kind of interesting to see. And I don't really enjoy playing the Bucky Tour players very much. Yeah, I definitely still get enjoyment out of Bridge, but it's not as fun as it used to be, just because of the people. The new play style that goes around isn't as fun. It was a server for the major tournament that changed the way PvP worked. That people could play on as like opposed to Hypixel. I don't like Rod at all. Damn it! Dude, I'm performing so bad at this shit today. Really annoying. It's a really hard part. Probably the second hardest part of the entire level, honestly. Yeah, no, Bridge has a lot less dead than it was. The Bridge Scrim server is actually doing what it meant to do. What it was meant to do. It's working. It's full, like, half the time I look at it now, especially on the weekends. Like, I had to wait 5 minutes to get in. That was kind of awesome in a way, you know what I mean? Like they're having to expand the like the player cap just because of how many people have been playing Bridge. The player cap's currently at 70, so to have 70 people playing competitive Bridge like consistently is like, it's been a long time. You guys have to understand. It's been a long time since that has really been a thing. Yeah, remember, if you want to know if this is a real run or not, it's a different Minecraft server. Just look in the top left. If it says test mode, then it's, well, you know. I mean, Bridge Scrims is a Discord, but it's also a server now. The Bridge Scrims Minecraft server. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, this is a decently hard level, I think. I'm not sure how hard this actually is. People keep asking me, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's that hard. There's players that are just churning through it that just aren't beating it because they don't want to.
The PvP is more reliant on momentum
As opposed to the kind of static-based PvP you see on Bucky Tour. And so far I've been having a lot more fun with it. I still prefer Hypixel, I think, in terms of PvP, but they're working on making a better PvP, and so far it's better. No, I didn't play the Blitz tournament. I didn't even know what was happening until it was like over. No, I use a Model O for Minecraft, and just for everything else. Honestly, I really like this mouse. It's so light. I really need to know though. Something I need to know is that, like, if Ox ever read that one tweet. Does anyone remember that tweet I made where I was like, I had a dream that I was on like a beta version of Urban that was like 500 blocks long or whatever? Because like the April Fool's joke on the Bridge Scrim server was a map called April Fool's, which was a beta version of Urban that was like 500 blocks long, and I was just like, I literally screamed out loud when I realized, because it was just so jarring to realize that's exactly what I dreamed. Like, he had to have read that. There's no way. There's no way that he just, like, there's no way we both independently came up with that. Like, there's no way. I mean, it screamed out loud, so that was, it did its job, I guess. Damn you. Unless I picked some bridge break. I think I'm like Grandmaster 5. Yeah. I don't know. I literally had to like beg for YouTube rank at like 20,000 subs because every single time I entered a Skywars game, I would get targeted. Back in like 2020. I think there is a lot of overlap between the GD and Minecraft community that isn't just popularity. Like for some reason, they all be playing those two. Like so many people who play GD also play Minecraft, but like people who play games like Overwatch, Fortnite, CS:GO, I don't really see them playing Minecraft. Those two games are definitely have a lot of overlap. I guess it's just like what style of games you're into. It was so annoying. I remember I would just try to like play any game. People are like, Npesta, oh my god. I was just like, oh my god. Why do so many people know? Damn it! Sorry, this shit was really pissing me off today. Yeah, Jack Black Bowser is gonna be crazy. GD is a very popular. A lot of people play it on the side of stuff. I remember when Spargo tweeted out that he beat Hypersonic. I was like, really? Like, okay. Bridge for 24 hours over Mania for 24 hours. I've gotten close to basically doing that before for Bridge anyway. Mania I can only play for like 4 max. I wonder what GD looks like to like people who don't play it though. Like we can't see it like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like we all know, but what does it look like to those who don't? You gotta wonder. No, it's all muscle memory, for the most part. Sometimes you get into a position where you have to react, though. Especially in, like, ship parts. Like, especially this first ship, a lot of the time you're just kind of freestyling. You just get to a certain point. It's just, like... With how much holding and releasing you're doing in that first ship, it doesn't really get consistent, like, in terms of muscle memory. Hey, Braden Bull. But like stuff like a timing game or like a robot just becomes muscle memory. Wave's kind of a middle ground. Like sometimes you have to react to it, other times you just do it. Depends on the kind of wave. I still think OC's been pushed way harder in terms of skill ceiling because you can like fail a little bit and still be fine. Like I don't think OC would be as far ahead if like if you had to SS every single map you play, for instance. Yeah, most of my hardest accomplishments are in the wintertime. Like Kinos was December, Deimos was February, and Oblivion was February. Because my allergies are at the at the lowest there. Also, I usually play really bad in the summer. I love those too. I don't play standard, but Mania is like when it works, it's so fun. Last night I tried to play Mania, and the result was I played a map called Disconnected Trance, I think, which is like 9th stand speed, and I literally FC'd all the speed parts, but I missed 10 times on like the easy part for no reason because I didn't have the finger control to slowly move my left hand back and forth, and I was just like, this game makes no sense. I'm closing this and going to bed, and then I did. Damn it! No! Oh, that clicks so hard. Oh well. Aggron's step one of the hardest things done in a game, probably. Other games just don't have the ability to get that hard. Celeste's skill ceiling is ridiculously high, and I can't wait to see people push it. I want to push it myself at some point. Yeah, beginning of the duel's a good go. Yeah, Celeste is indeed just Needle but newer, I think. And will probably suffer the same problem eventually. But, I mean, Needle also doesn't have anything like 9D, and 9D is not like the state of Needle. It just depends if, I mean, the same problem happened with GD though, where it just like got really hard, but in the way where people just made really short stuff that was really hard, you know what I mean? Like, GD doesn't have to get annoying, we just need to make the levels longer than 1 minute. That's the real issue. That is still within our control whether or not that gets ruined. It better be. That sounds really cool. That reminds me of like more like the challenge list stuff. I'm really excited to hopefully get to push the skill ceiling with Myth Return Zero. I don't think players are gonna like it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, regardless of anything, I don't think players are used to having to put in that much effort to beat something, regardless of anything. And they're not really gonna be a fan, but whatever. What are you gonna do? Yeah. I think any really hard level should be at the very least 2 minutes 30 seconds. I don't think any level should be harder. I mean shorter than that and be like top 10. Otherwise, it's just challengeless gameplay. It feels like. With the state of stuff right now. Yeah, that's why Bloodlust and Zodiac are good. They don't have to compromise by making really dumb... Well, okay, Zodiac's a bit questionable, but even then, it's not like anything is, like, actually that impossible. It's just the way it's balanced. Yeah. Like, why don't levels have break parts anymore? It builds tension. It gives character. Nowadays, it feels like every single level is pre-drop to last for 5 seconds, and then a really hard drop immediately. And then it's pretty much that drop until you get to the end, and then it's just like another like break-like section, but it's just like the end, and it also lasts 5 seconds, and that's like the whole thing. I mean, Waterman Mountain's pretty cool. Or is that like a different tier than 1? Like a tier 0 or something? I see. Yeah, they don't feel special. Because they're not. They literally just aren't. Why do we still talk about levels like Bloodlust and Zodiac? Yeah, they were top 1, but... You have other levels that are top 1 that once they left the top 10, they just kind of faded away. They were impactful because they felt like a level. There's also this obsession with making sure every single click on a level's hard. There's nothing cooler to me than when a hard level is willing to put a section in where it's not hard for like 5 to 10 seconds. Just like hard demon or medium demon gameplay. Just like easier stuff. Like even the break part's gotta be hard now. Of course, Return Zero left in 3 parts. It's hopefully gonna match the balancing of something you would see in like a Clone Hero map, where you have sections that are really brutal, but also sections that are really easy. And people are obviously gonna be like, "Oh, the balancing is gonna." Here's the thing, though. As I said yesterday, I don't think that, like a part being way harder is an issue. It's about choke points. That's the really annoying thing. When you just have like one click just be really unfairly harder than anything else. We're not going to be doing that. We'll just have parts that are a lot harder than other parts. Not dumbass impossible click for no reason that's just in there. Yeah, balanced levels are far more interesting. Why are all the parts in Zodiac so memorable? Zodiac has some choke points. It didn't do the perfect job, but it still feels like every part is like a different part. Like here is this world. Someone got 94, 94, 92, 91, 89, 89. I think that's hilarious, personally. Until it happens to me, and then it's not so funny. You guys think Zoink's the kind of person to give a level, like, 2 out of 10 enjoyment because he died at the end a bunch? Do I not like Zoink? Well, he's, like, 14 and has an ego, so not like isn't maybe the right word. It's more just, like, we are not currently on the same wavelength, me and him. You know what I mean? Like, when he grows up, he'll probably be chill, but just we aren't there yet. Yeah, you can't really judge someone who hasn't fully matured yet, yeah, for sure. Like, you don't even really know who they are yet at that point. Everyone in the chat's gotta know about Hotball. Never know what happened to him, though. I remember his Fortnite thing where he, like, blew up because he did some impossible thing and then just vanished for some reason. I just wonder what happened to him. He just doesn't really interact with the internet anymore. Yeah, it was Scissor's death run thing, yeah. We all were like, oh my god, he made it, I guess. And then he just stopped doing anything, and we're like, oh, okay. That was weird. That was a weird event that happened. It was like watching like a red gas giant get bigger and bigger, and then just like explode into supernova, and then nothing. Probably grew up. Yeah. Fortnite did used to be so fun. I agree. It was like the go-to playing games with friends thing. You just do that. Like, you wouldn't even ask what game you're gonna play. Just be like, get on. Yeah, I think it is a bit, I guess I do kind of stay on my parents on this one, but it is a bit weird to spend, like, all of your formative years online. They're just so important. Dude, 2020 was crazy because everyone was home at all times, and there would like I don't think the amount of time I spent outside of call was like an hour a day. Like I would finish streaming or whatever, and then I would instantly find one of the 8 calls that was happening somewhere and be like, all right, what's up, guys? How we doing? Let's talk for the next 12 hours. Yep. 2020 ruined so many of us, and none of us realized until like very recently, I think. They messed us all. I mean, that messes you up, all of that. The reality became so much less real. You know what I mean? Like, it literally... reality stopped existing as a concept. I think that's why everything happened the way it did, with, like... the mass spread of, like, misinformation and all that sort of everything. Reality just stopped seeming real at all in 2020. We stopped actually seeing things for ourselves, you know? Yeah, senior year was all online for me. Yeah, I mean, I spent a majority of my teenage years in a basement for the most part, or either an attic or a basement, just because I couldn't go outside. And I still can't go outside, I don't really know what I'm doing, but... I just moved my place of residence. I'll tell you this, though, if I didn't spend the first 16 years of my life outside, I wouldn't have made it to any point of mental clarity whatsoever, so I'm grateful. I guess 50% is still below the threshold where people will ask if I'm going for this or not. But yes, I am going for it. I wonder what percent it's going to be then. I'm really curious. I don't mean to sound condescending. I'm just genuinely curious at what percent do people stop saying, are you going for this? I thought 50 was past that line. I guess I was wrong. Ironically, lockdown's probably the only reason I'm alive today, but I didn't feel alive. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I hope it just fluked this. That'd be so sick. Best event ever. I slept enough to, like I'm still really groggy, but not irritable, you know what I mean? There's, like, a limit to how much sleep you get. Like, if you get a certain amount of sleep, then, like, the bare minimum of sleep required for the night is enough to not feel irritable. Because that's the worst. Like, I don't feel mad or irritable right now, but, like, yesterday, dude, I did not get enough sleep to even get that. Like, I still didn't get enough sleep, but I'm just like, whatever, it is what it is. Let's go. I hope I can feel rested in the coming days. I haven't felt rested in a long time. It's been a rough, like, week or something. No, week? That is wrong. It's been a rough, like, 3 weeks. Because first I got really sick. And then my sleep schedule got out of whack because I got really sick. And then as I started to get better, my sleep schedule was, like, screwing me over. And now that's where we are. So it's just been, like, 3 weeks of just pain. So I'm hoping that it comes to an end now. Although it's springtime, so any end will last for like maybe 5 days, and then we're back to it. Yeah, this isn't easy, for sure. Especially this part. This part especially is just not easy at all, to be fair. Like, those corridors moving in, is they're just as hard as they look. Caught the wave of strep. If I caught the wave of strep, you would not be hearing me from a month, I think. Like, genuinely. Strep would take me out. Like, probably hospitalized. Well, I don't know. I didn't have to hospitalize for COVID, although I got really close. So let's hope that does not happen. That would not be ideal. This is not top one, no. COVID isn't, like, consistent at all. It just, like, did whatever it wanted. The symptoms list were like, if you were experiencing one of these symptoms, everything, then you may or may not have it. That's what I understand. Let's go. COVID just really leaves a sour taste in my mouth because, let me make myself as clear as possible. COVID was bad, right? Like, millions died or something from that. But what if something came around that was worse? Would we do anything about it? Would we care that time? What's the limit? Millions of deaths isn't enough, so what's gonna be enough? I'm worried now that if, like, an actually really bad, way more lethal virus gets out, by the time anything's actually done about it, it'll be too late. I think I got COVID, like, 3 times. Twice? No, only twice. Damn, Zyric's immune system, like, goat. What the hell? Yeah. Yeah. Because from a lot of people's perspective, COVID was just an inconvenience, and another virus would just be the same. They'll just be like, oh, they're trying to control us, and then more millions would die. It's just sad. I'm sure you all agree. The whole thing was just sad, man. That... I don't know, it's just like, do people need to see people dying in front of them to realize how serious it is? Like, what do you need? What do you need to see, man? Right. Like, if COVID gave you, like, intense rashes that were, like, very obvious, it probably would have been a different story. Yeah. If people don't see the consequences directly in front of them at all times, they just don't care. Like, climate change is still happening and it's still really bad. People are like, well, they've been saying this for years and it's not bad. It is getting worse every year. What do you mean? They still just don't care. Because the truth is, if they care, then they get the companies to actually start regulating that sort of thing. Because that's the real issue, not people taking too long of a shower, obviously. And companies don't want you to realize that they're the ones really doing it and that it's really bad. So they just keep people believing it doesn't really matter that much. LOL. I wonder if they can keep up this game forever. It looks like they can. Honestly. Like, companies using other stuff to distract us from the terrible, awful things they do that ruin the lives of millions upon billions of people. Like, I wonder if eventually any tipping point will come, or if they'll just keep doing this forever. It's quite possible they keep doing it forever at this rate. It's so pathetic that they started blaming it on, like, other people. Like, just, like, the average person using too much water or anything like that. That's so pathetic. Like, to make people feel guilt, like they're not doing enough and they're the ones that are causing it. That's so sad. And people actually believe it. Like, that's so sad. To actually get people who are just trying to do the right thing to genuinely believe that they're the ones causing all of this turmoil. That is evil. That is one of the most evil things ever, right? No, the reason that a lot of these issues happen is because they don't regulate their systems well enough so they can make more of a profit. That's the reason, right there. If you think life can't exist without them, then they've won already. We've only existed like this for a very short time, you know. It just makes me sigh. Oh, whatever. What are you gonna do? This is how it is. This is how it is. We can't do anything about it, so... I don't know what the hell the Willow project is. Not the mindset they want you to have, that you can't do anything about it. I mean, maybe, but it's also the truth, unfortunately. If the time ever came to do something real, I would be there. 100%. But I can't ruin my life in pursuit of that goal either. I don't know if that makes me selfish, but I want to live my life. It feels like these systems are so far out of my control that all it really feels like I can do to make my to make the difference I want to make is just help the people that I know how to help by doing the things that I know that I can do, by being a good friend and being a good influence and everything. And I feel like these machines, all of these are like so far out of my control. I don't know if I can ruin my life to try to maybe make an impact. I mean, I guess that's what separates the hero from the average person, right? The hero would be someone who would literally sacrifice everything for something that they don't even know if it would work to try to solve this, but I'm no hero. I am just me. Dude, what is going on? I just can't tell because the waves overlap. God. Sorry, that one made me mad, I guess, because I don't really know why I'm dying ever. It is just like some black box event that's occurring. And it's just like, It's possible to click twice, but not good. You have to click really fast. Not my style. If I can relegate something to a timing, I usually do it. I'm not good at clicking fast, especially like precisely, you know? Yeah. I mean, eventually it will. I wouldn't bring a child into this world, I'll tell you that much. Not that I'm some, like, doomsday guy that the world's gonna end or whatever, but I just don't think it's gonna get better anytime soon. And it will probably end up getting worse. I feel like all this is gonna get way worse before it gets better. Like, I have a feeling that until some major consequence occurs, no one is gonna care about any of the things that happens to them all the time. You know what I mean? That's just human nature. And I don't know when that day will come. Yep. Elon's just slowly ruining the site, like with the retweet thing is so annoying. Like, why? What? Like, especially if like some like dumbass tweet gets on my timeline that I hate and I know it's retweeted, I just can't even see who it is. That would suck. But yeah, I don't want to be some doomsday guy, because there's a lot of good still in the world. But I do think eventually something's going to happen, and it's gonna suck. Whatever it is. You know what it is? It's literally just adding to the anonymity of all this, by the way. Not being able to see who's retweeting stuff. Even less consequences for what you think than before. I like better because I had short hair. I can't understand that viewpoint. I just can't. I'm sorry, it's the one thing how did I look? I literally looked like a preschooler when I had short hair, in my opinion. I guess that's what opinions are for. But I'll tell you this, I'm not going back to having short hair. Maybe ever, actually. There's no way. I might buy Force. Who's gonna make me cut my hair? For a job? Because as a math professor, they're not gonna make me cut my hair, or I will resign. Why the hell would I deal with that? Who is gonna make me cut my hair? Military? Oh, maybe, I guess. If like World War III happens and I get drafted or something. When I enroll in the military. Yeah. Maybe my autism diagnosis will literally get me out of it. That'd be so hype. I'm not gonna die for this country unless I literally are forced to. There's no way. I'm not getting put in the meat grinder there. I'm not dying for the profits of the millionaires. It's not happening. I don't know what I'd do if there was a war actually worth fighting. I don't know if I'd get involved. I hate violence. I hate it so much. Like a war, like you had to do it to stop more violence. What then? Like, is it right to avoid violence if by avoiding violence you're inadvertently allowing more violence to happen? Are you really sticking to your morals then, even? Yeah, I don't remember what state reverted though, but I remember it did happen. Some wars for territory, for real. Yeah, in order for a war to actually be worth it, which, like, when, like, I feel like everything is just over, like, I'm not going to war for, like, trade routes or anything like that, if that ever happens. Like, are you serious? That is not happening. But, like, if, like, a Holocaust-type situation occurs again, then it's a different story. But hopefully that never happens in the modern era, except it might. I didn't even set in that I died there until I did. I thought I was clearing that for sure, man. Like, for sure I thought I was clearing that. That is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I just really was greeting that timing on the late input. Unfortunate, damn it, dude. I'm just so mad about my 50 death. I want something better. Like, I wouldn't mind dying to this wave, even. Damn. I added the duel because of a thing that has only happened twice ever to me, and I just didn't even consider it at all. Sometimes I'll just see a message that I know is gonna get like deleted, and I just like watch the mods jump on it, and it's fun for me. Does that make me messed up? Maybe. I can instantly grab my popcorn and just wait. I want to go to a planetarium. That's what I want to do. That sounds fun right now. I feel like sitting in a room that gets dark and then we look up and talk about the stars. That's what I want to do right now. That sounds like a fun way to spend my afternoon. They're so cool, man. You know, it'd be a cool idea for a level. I want like a level where it's like you start on the ground and it's like a beanstalk that, like, you know, the giant beanstalk that goes up to the space or whatever. I don't remember the story, but it'd be like that. Like, you start on the ground and you're with this beanstalk that's grown really high. Jack and the Bean, is that what it's called? I think so, yeah. And you slowly start like going up and stuff, and you go like into the clouds, and there's stuff on the beanstalk, and it like evolves and all this sort of different stuff, and you're in the sky, and then you go up into space and the beanstalk's still there, and as you like leave the atmosphere and stuff like that, and then you keep going up and up and up, and then maybe some like surrealist world or something up there at the top of the beanstalk or something. That'd be a cool level. You could just have the beanstalk like in the background while you move to the right. I think reverse tech is in advance, is it? Nah, I don't actually know if it is. I don't think it is. I don't remember doing that at all. Yeah, I did a lot of Shine Hunting back in the day. And Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. I played Alpha Sapphire specifically, but that was my favorite game by far for shiny hunting. So good. Sticker Brush Symphony is awesome. I never played Donkey Kong Country 2 until very recently, and I was playing it with a friend, and when that level came on, we both just shut up. Like, it was just like so, because I had never actually played it before, and it's just very, very cool. I see why people like Donkey Kong Country 2 so much. It is awesome. Yep, I know what you mean. My eyes are it's degrading fast because of spring. But yeah, Alpha Sapphire is my favorite game for shiny hunting because there's like you can do radar, and the radar method was pretty fun. I like that. You can do soft resetting. Obviously, you can always do that. You can do horde hunting. And you can go fishing, that sort of stuff. There's just many different ways and options to shiny hunt. And I really like the animation in that game for the shinies also. Yo, good luck. 545 mile would be really good. I don't think I have that. I never ran the mile. My fastest 2 mile was back in 7th grade. That was like 11:30, so like around that pace. You got it, dude. I never liked the mile. Like, that's an awkward amount of time to run. Radar is so fun. It's too easy in X and Y, like the radar they have in that game. Like if you do like 50 chains, it's like a 1 in 50 chance, like every single time. Dude, remember I was hunting in X and Y once, and I was doing the chaining thing, and I literally... I can only try. I feel like trying right now. Damn you! Yeah, I was playing X and Y, and I was doing the radar chain thing. And literally, I saw the grass sparkle on attempt 3, and I was just like, what? Because that's like a 1 in like 2,000 chance as opposed to the 50. And I tried to get to it, but I couldn't remember which tile it was on because I wasn't paying attention at all. Because it was like the 3rd one. I didn't think that was ever going to happen, so I went to the one that I thought was it, and it wasn't, and I was just like, that is unfortunate. I wasn't that mad because, again, it's really easy. Like, you just do it, like, enough times and you'll get it. It takes like 30 minutes or something, but I was still just like, that was weird. Yeah, it was like 1 in 200 for Alpha Sapphire, which felt better. There's a lot of like easy ways to get shinies in that game. Like that, and then horde hunting is obviously pretty easy. Because there's 5 of them. I've never gotten 2 in the same. I've done plenty of horde hunting. I mean, that's like that would never happen anyway, but like. What's anyone's gotten on one horde? I did like a crazy research binge at one point. I think it's 3, but who knows if it's real. Dude, I tried to find the video of the guy getting the shiny Natu after like 215,000 attempts, and I literally couldn't find it. I still don't think it's as crazy as there's a documented case of someone in black and white doing a double and getting shiny with both of them, which in black and white is crazy. It's like in the millions, but it's, I mean, so it's 3. But I don't actually know which one's rare. But that's crazy. Yeah, I wonder if we were this annoying when we were all 12 to 14. I wonder. I don't remember being that annoying, but I guess I must have been. Yeah, no, that one was on camera. Both of the examples I'm talking about were like videos, but I mean, videos can be faked. But the black and white one was a live stream, and that guy was grinding for a long time for just one. So yeah, I think that one is accepted to be real 100%. The other one's just like a YouTube video of it happening. I just hope that the people that are 12 to 14 right now, they end up being like chill when they get older. That's all I want. I always wonder if that's true for like if we look at ourselves when we're all like 25, are we gonna be like, we're annoying? I hope not. I like to think that who I am is moderately like the right, like who I'm gonna end up being for most of my life. By now, as a 20-year-old, like, I hope anyway. Like, I'm sure I'll change a lot, but in terms of like raw personality and like morals and stuff like that, you know? I don't want to remain the exact same. That'd be kind of unfun. It's important to, you know. Yep, I'm 20. I'm old as hell. I'll be 21 in just a few months now. That'd be funny. Yeah, exactly. Imagine talking to yourself when you're like 40. Yeah, 21 for being my age is gonna be crazy. That's in August, and it's now April, so, wow. Yep. Here it comes. God damn. I grew up fast. Let's all blame lockdown. That's what really did it, huh? My birthday's August 1st. The first one. Do I drink or have I ever? Yes, I have. Plenty of stories related to plenty of stuff that will get told one day, in due time, but probably not while I'm underage, and probably not for a long time, at least on my stream. But, you know, stories will be told someday. Somewhere. It's 7 a.m. from Monday to Friday. That sucks. That sucks. Okay, yeah, I was just thinking that chat ruined. I'll give you guys a spoiler right now. I do not care that Zoink beat it. I do not know the guy, so I don't care. I only care if my friends beat stuff, really. Unless it's like top 1 or something. I guess you would think I'd care because I'm playing it, but not really. Now, if Mitch beat it, I'd be losing my mind, because when did you find the time to do that? Look, it's 15, yeah. That always pissed me off, dude. When people, like, finally, after 5,000 attempts, like, oh. It's not really their fault, because they're so good, they just never have to struggle, but, like, goddamn. It's all about perspective, you know? They just don't have the perspective a lot of us have, because they've never had to struggle. That sounds kind of envious, but I don't really care. I'm just playing my own game. You can't compare yourself to others when you're in the state I'm in. It's not how I enjoy things. I do get a little upset when people start getting, like, annoyed at things that took less than 10k. Like, it's just kind of like... I don't know, just like a lack of patience, I guess. It feels like. Ah, damn it. I clicked too early anyway. Even if I did get the click, I don't want to make the second one. Or I would have just died to that one. I was nervous. Not nervous, the wrong word. I was, the last time that I got there, I had died to that click, so I was trying to avoid dying there again. But in doing so, I caused another death. Now be chill, I'm not that annoyed by it. Yeah, overcorrections in GD are rough. Because one death can lead to like 3. Very easily. 40 cubes hardest part, yeah. I basically have Edge of Destiny in 2 runs, yeah, because I have 36 to like 95. I've gotten to 36 like 7 times now. So not have duel to 100? Do I? I don't think I do. I mean, I have UFO to 100, which isn't that different. It's just like a little bit of a waiting room. I'm not sure if I have duel to 100 though, I don't think so. I don't really play from the duel. Nor do I really prioritize runs to 100. At least yet. I will when I start to actually get to the second half more, but right now it just feels like I should just be focusing on this first stuff. I don't think I'd ever speedrun Minecraft, no. It's just too RNG based. Even for me. Like, I would feel very unstimulated by it, I think. Yeah, it just doesn't, like, if I'm thinking, like, things that I'd actually want to do, it's not very high on the list. I don't know. For me, Bridge is enough for Minecraft. You know what I mean? Bridge and playing modded are the two things I like to do. I mean, Minecraft is Minecraft, so maybe I'll just eventually want to do that also and just want to do everything in it. But I'd have to get bored of like everything else, which doesn't seem very likely for a long time. I'm not saying I couldn't be good at Minecraft speedrunning. I mean, I have a lot of Minecraft experience, especially with, like, movement, specifically. But that doesn't mean, like, I necessarily want to devote hours a day to just grinding out runs. In terms of, like, favorite gameplay, I mean, Primal probably is my goat. People like Marwek and Lil Tad are awesome. Zoink Doink has never made anything that I dislike. Every single time he uploads anything, I'm just like, literally my jaw is on the floor every time. He gets it in a way that no one else does, in my opinion. Temp is awesome, yeah. No, I love Temp. Yeah, you guys need to check out Zoink Doink if you haven't. Like, seriously. Oh my god. Like, you guys don't even know. You guys think you know, but you don't know. Not Zoink. Zoink Doink. Extra word added. It's probably hard to find his channel though. Hopefully you can still do it. I know. When there's like, because of Zoink specifically. You know, those are very different people. Seriously though, check them out. There's also that guy that made that one sound camera light, which is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I just said I don't remember the name. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot. Sound Chimera. That's all I remember about it. There's some Spanish guy, I think. It's so good, though. Like, it's ridiculously good. Why is Nutra 30 on the list? What do you mean? It's because that's how hard it is. What is that opinion? I mean, not like opinion, but like what is the response? How do I click on a PvP? I jitter. I jitter like 10, 11. I only butterfly right for block placement. How do I jitter name? I don't know. I've just been doing it for so long. I know a lot of people have trouble with that. Dude, I just like looked up. I was like, what is pinned? And that's what was pinned. Okay. I was like, I wonder what got pinned. That was like a new way of reading a chat message for me. The novelty made me laugh. And the implications of it being pinned also made me laugh. I wonder. Nice. I wouldn't say it's a chicken or egg scenario. It's more like which came first, chimpanzees or humans. I'd say that's closer. Also, the egg, right? The egg came first. Like it has to be. The first thing to be classified as a chicken had to have been born. It can't have just like been a not chicken and then turned into a chicken, right? It's not like a not chicken within its lifespan became a chicken. No, it just had sex with another not chicken and it mutated to make what would be the first ever chicken. Right? Who laid it? The not chicken laid it. Endless sushi? What? Yeah, and almost, that's a better way to say it. Like, two almost chicken, got it on, and then they laid the chicken that was in the egg, so therefore the first thing that came was the egg. I solved the problem. Call me Socrates. The two almost chickens are chickens then? No. They don't meet the classification. They haven't mutated into the chicken. The mutation occurs when the egg is laid, or in the egg. I guess it's inside the not chicken first, but it still doesn't mean that the egg doesn't exist. It's just inside of the other. Well, no, I mean, we're talking about specifically chicken eggs. Of course eggs came first, if we mean, like, in the broad span of eggs. So either way, the egg came first. The almost chickens just came from the other stuff. What do you mean? It's like the long chain of evolution. I mean, that's the thing. It's like there's no... I mean, it's just the same thing as asking the question, if you remove one atom from a ball, or like,
if you remove one atom from an object that is considered large,
when does it become small? Like, does there have to be a specific atom which that happens in? Or is that just a human... Like, the thing is, we classify stuff in all these different groups, but are they really in these different groups, or are they just humans trying to define this crazy thing that is, nature and all that? It's more just like a gradual slope rather than everything all being closed off. If you went to my school and talked about this, you would be expelled. Damn. Right, yeah, it's all about perspective. Why would you get expelled, though? Are you, like, in, like rural, like, Idaho or something? What even happens out there? Do they just farm potatoes? Is that it? Like, that sounds like a stereotype, but it's not. Like, they just genuinely do that. There's so much potatoes out there. Gotta be rough wanting to go on a night out with your friends and you're in rural Idaho. That's just game over right there. The night's over before it can begin. The dumbest thing anyone's ever said to me? That's impossible to answer. I've had some... That's one thing being a content creator is allowing me to experience some of the dumbest possible things a human being could ever say to another human being have been said to me, I think. It's really quite magical. It's almost impressive when someone manages to, like, one-up someone else in that regard. But I can't remember all, like, it's hard to, like, then pick out specific examples and be like, this one is the most ever. Yeah, I find it hard to talk to people, by the way, as someone was saying earlier, that, like, you're trying to, like, argue with them, and they just say no and don't elaborate, and then you can't go anywhere, and it's like, please, like, I just want to talk, like, it's not even like I want to, like, win the argument, I just want to go somewhere with it, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to win the argument, I just want to like, talk about it. And to see what other people think about it and what their viewpoints are and if they can sway mine. Like, if people make good points. Yeah, it's like you can instantly stop listening to them. If their response is instantly no without any, like, anything. Exactly, yeah. You can't win an argument with a stupid person because they don't, their words are not making it to you. Or opposite. Sometimes I switch stuff up. Yeah. Dude, imagine how much better society would be if people didn't care about being wrong. Like, could you imagine? That's something that's helped me tremendously. As someone who's been really stubborn for most of my life, realizing and really internalizing that I didn't have to prove myself right all the time, and just, like, that, like, exploded my, like, social skills exponentially at the age of whenever I figured that out. All of a sudden I was like, wait, human connection's way more fun if we're not all right all the time. And we can just, like... Yeah. It's kind of like, I don't want to spoil anything, never mind, but Mob Psycho reference could be made. I'll do half the work and you guys can do the other half for those who have watched Mob Psycho. This is like a duo joke. Co-op comedy. I mean, you know what though? That is a serious. That's a thing that even I try to do a lot, unintentionally. But like, having people like relying on other people's knowledge of other stuff and like ability to think about stuff in order to like make the full joke I'm trying to make is often really effective. Like, if you spell everything out, then it's not as funny. But if you give people a little bit to like figure out, then it can be a lot funnier. At least I notice that a lot when I watch like stand-up comedy. Like, when you, like, for example, like, when someone references something that was said 20 minutes ago, they don't say after referencing it, like, do you guys remember when I said that? You know what I mean? Like, they just reference it and move on, because the joke is, like, you were paying attention, and you go back in time to remember that, and it's funny because of that fact. And I always love that style of comedy. I think it's really funny to, like, throw things in for the people who've been listening. That's something I try to do a lot during stream, in case like 1 or 2 people have been paying attention for a long enough time, and they'll get the reference that I made a long time ago. A lot of people, I think, like, over-reference stuff, though. I think that the best thing to do is, like, reference something twice, and then wait, like, 20 minutes, and then throw it in. That's always, like, because it's the 1, 2, 3 rule. For some reason, human beings and the number 3 are very compatible. Like, sometimes the 3rd time you reference something is the funniest time. So if you like, delay out that 3rd one, sometimes it can just destroy. Comedy is really just, like, hacking your brain to try to make things funny. I've always just really enjoyed comedic timing. Like, just the notion that, like, when and how you say something can make it funnier is always really, like, I've always loved that. It's almost like an art to me, in a way. I don't know. Like, when I see someone really, like, nail some comedic timing thing, I'm just like, that was awesome, you know? I don't know. I forgot what the opinion deal with the kid was even saying. But I do remember it did indeed get him banned, whatever it was. I don't remember what it was, though. Oh, that is why he got banned. I remember that. That was so long ago. Wow. That was literally like 2-3 years ago. Dude, I get, like, mad for EBW. Whenever anyone ever talks badly about EBW, like, I know he doesn't care because he's, like, mature and doesn't care about anything like that, but always internally, I'm like, you can't say that about him. I didn't even get to see it. I just see message deleted by a moderator, banned, and then the ban. Cool. I'm sure it was lovely, whatever it was. Arabish straight fly. Not good. Not a good place to die. In 2023. It was kind of hard back in the day. A little. Not even really that hard, though. It just like the transition into it. Dude, yeah, it's always mental to me when I see someone following for, like, a long time, and they just, like, send, like, a level ID and tell me to play, and I'm just like, really? That always blows my mind. I see. The numbers made up an ID. Oh, is that why he was spamming numbers? years and 1 month. That is a long time now. I think it's still over half my streaming career. When did I start streaming? It was like May 2017. Yeah, either that or April 2017. I can't remember. I think it was May. It was May. Yeah, it was May. It was like May 30th or something, actually. How quickly did I beat the when I came back in 2017? It was really quickly. Cause like, the reason I came back, or was allowed to come back, I guess, is cause like 2.1 had been out for some time, and my brain was like, there's no way I don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way. I need to know. Like, my mom was like, you're banned, but I was like, we need to work something out here. Cause it was January 2017. And there was just no way I wasn't going to see what 2.1 was about. So I was able to eventually convince my mom to let me play a little bit. And then I got better, like, exponentially fast. I was like, oh, I'm ready now. That's why I understand these kids in a way, because... Like, when I 2017, I went from, like, barely able to beat Easy Demon to Bloodbath at the end of August. And, like, that was January to September. So, I mean, I get it. I'm just not young anymore. My brain doesn't roll like that. Like, I can still get better, it just takes way longer than it used to. I was like, 2017 was like, what, 6 years ago? So I was 14. So yeah, I was the neuroplasticity kid once. I know how real it is. It's just not anything that I can do again, because that's not how it works. I'd say you get about 2 years. I was indeed 15 in 2018. That's when I started actually using the internet more, 2018 was. Damn it. Okay. No more, no more. I can do no more because I'm tired. I'm surprised they made it 3 hours, though. 3 hours is pretty good, although my progress was not good. Screw you, me. I just hope when I, like, get a really good night of, like, good sleep, I just pop off the next day because like it's been like a long string of days where I've just felt like ass, and this has not ended. Yeah, for sure. I was way more consistent. I'm just hoping when I get a good day, we just go. You know? We just go and we do it and we do it and we do it. Dude, CJ is playing Strawberry Jam? What the hell? That's crazy. I will raid someone now. I will raid someone. I will raid someone. I found someone. I have found someone. Hope it's good tonight. Me too. Me too.
More than you could possibly know. I guess you have some idea. Let's just hope. I don't want to have another day where it feels like I'm wasting it because I'm tired all the time. You know what I mean? Hopefully only like 3 more days of this, and then I'm finally starting to feel more normal. You know? Alright, take care, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Alright, bye-bye.